Well, Saturday is April 20th, 420, a day of activism and celebration for the cannabis community. But what does the future hold for that date and for cannabis use in Canada? We put together a panel to discuss just that. And joining me this morning is Weedbox co-founder Laurie-Lynn McCorrister, Akwasi Owusu-Bempah from Cannabis Amnesty and U of T, and Cameron Brown, who's the communications officer at the Honey Pot, which is the first cannabis retailer that was opening in Toronto. Thank you very much for joining us this morning with the anniversary of the celebration day approaching on Saturday. Initial thoughts on this being the first post-legalization of cannabis 420?
I think it's quite momentous weekend and day. As you said, legalization is now here in Canada, and a chance for us to celebrate how far we've come, and I think how far we still have to go in getting legalization right.
Yeah, I think this is a great day to get everyone out and just kind of continue to normalize cannabis. I think this day has served as protest and activism, but also just a day to continue to normalize and kind of shift that stigma and get people out in big numbers. It's also on a Saturday this year, so it's great.
So it'll be perfect, right in the middle of a long weekend as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be a very historic day. We're so happy to be a part of it and to continue to work with all the governing bodies to make sure that we are progressing the whole industry and the culture together.
Do you see people coming out still for it? Is there still a cause for celebration now that it's legalized?
I think so, for sure.
I think it'll only be bigger.
Yeah, I think it'll be bigger. I think there's still kind of like some ways to go, like you mentioned, and I think that will get people out. And I think people just want to kind of go out, have a good time. If it's nice out, Trinity Bellwoods will be packed. There's Kensington Market will be packed. The stores will be packed.
It'll bring a lot more people to Toronto, I think, with legalization. People are feeling more familiar with it. They're more willing to try it now. We see that in the stores. People are coming in to try for the first time, and that's going to bring a lot of first-timers to the 420 event in Toronto.
Okay.
And a big transition, I think, between just getting together, for example, in parks and public spaces and consuming, to a move towards events that are being hosted and run by people that are in the industry or interested in the culture. We're running events with the Cannabis Amnesty campaign. We've got the Doja truck that'll be here educating people about the work that we're doing, and I know that there are a number of different events that we wouldn't have necessarily seen if the substance were still illegal, allowing people to celebrate and understand cannabis in a different way.